Sexy beach time. Crazy guy. Da-da-da. Blah, blah, blah. You're gonna do this many times over. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Went to sleep. Fuck you, bitch. Okay. Da-da-da. Sexy tracksuit. Okay. Yes, crazy guys. Hey, nice to meet you. How you doing? Yeah. You're cute. I want to fuck you. Okay, not you. Okay. Yes, you're very cute. Thank you for the kiss on the cheek. You could have given me a bit more. Who knows? Yeah, I'm sorry I've disappointed you again. And pause. Okay, so here we go. Couldn't decide. Just like me. Time's running out. All right. Again, if you notice, that's darkened because that was the choice we made last time. So this time, let's not follow his voice. No. You know what? I just can't believe you in only a couple of minutes. At least I know the other guy for a bit longer, and his arguments were more weighty. You'll be sorry. The voice sounded coming from another world. The voice seemed to disappear. Of course, I couldn't be sure whether my choice was right or wrong. It was a blind guess enforced by a time limit, which didn't exist, but nevertheless, whether I'm right or not, we'll soon find out. At least I get more cutscene on this one. A couple minutes later, I was standing on the bus stop with other pioneers. All right, sexy, is that me? Sexy, very sexy. Notice me, senpai. Everyone's here. Olga, begin. You're leaving camp today, and I'd like to tell you something in parting. She was visibly nervous and desperately lost for words. I hope that you all remember your time you spent here for a lifetime, and that you retain only the pleasant memories of Seattle. I also hope that you become at least a little bit better, managed to learn something, and found new friends. And just come back next year. We need the money. We're dying here. Excuse me. The camp leader looked away. It's like she was trying to keep the tears inside. I didn't expect her to get so emotional. Although her speech sounded complete nonsense to me, as usual. The pioneers started to crowd into the bus, babbling cheerfully. I decided to hold on a little and say goodbye proper to this camp. All of a sudden, I felt a deep urge to throw a coin. Of course, there's no fountain here. Honestly, I don't feel like returning, but it's just a superstition, and I don't believe in them. At all, in fact. At least I never believed in them before. Digging through my pockets, I found only a candy wrapper, a pencil, and a scrap of paper. I held them for a moment, then squinted, then squatted. Oh yeah, put the paper on the ground and scribbled these few words. You're here for a reason. Grinning at my own stupidity, I threw the scrap of paper under the wheels of the bus and got into the cabin. Where's our buddy with the bald head? Who are you? With your mysterious looking eyes. Hello, like the stockings. Anyways, I found a place in the middle. But the strangest thing was that everyone sat in pairs, and only I was alone. Why is there a new girl transforming here? However, what's the difference now? I'll either disappear or restart everything in a couple hours. Ellipses, my only constant companion. Hey, Asuka. The bus slowly started moving to the district center, occasionally bouncing over bumps in the road. Oh, hey, you have rabbit ears. You have Skullgirl's eyes. You have the symbol that was on the buses. Stockings went away. Anyways, bumps on the road. It was impossible to see anything beyond the old windows in the pitch black dark of night. Anyways, I couldn't care less about the surrounding countryside. I just sat and waited for the inevitable. For the first time in a long while, my head was completely empty. The pioneers around me enjoyed the trip. Ulsa and Alice was playing cards. Lena was reading a book, and Sylvia was sleeping. Senpai! Miku was trying in vain to start a conversation with Zoe, and Zoe was trying really hard not to start killing people. Electronic and Shirk were crafting something as always. I was the only one completely ignored by everyone. It might be a slightly far-fetched perception. I got used to the role of being the center of the universe in the camp. I thought everything revolved around me. Well, that might be so up to a certain degree, but here and now, I'm only a foreign object, an out-of-place molecule in a harmonic pattern of a crystal grid. Ellipses. Didn't understand that at all. I tried to explain what a crystal is and how it formed, but he, again, didn't give any indication that he understood or was even there. I'm not sure how long we spent on the road, but sleep had already started to overcome me. I was desperately fighting Morpheus, trying to stay awake as long as I can. After all, it's quite possible that today is the last day of my life. The probability rather. Excuse me, I can read. Then it's reasonable to cling as hard as it could to these last few hours of meaningless, useless existence. Ellipses told me to just jump. I suddenly remembered that scrap of paper, a few words on it. Damn it! I've seen them. You didn't realize it when you wrote it? You idiot. How could I be so ignorant? Maybe all these pioneers are just gabblegooks, clouded with my consciousness much. My head was literally busting with questions. However, physically fatigued and more importantly, emotionally fatigued, that it took a toll, and I fell asleep. Never to wake again. Day ellipses. Again, ellipse finally took over the day system. Like last time. So where do I wake up? Do I wake up in cold? A sharp pain throbbed throughout my entire body. I felt it especially sharply in my temples. It feels like they're ready to shatter into 1,000 pieces, given the wind free access to my empty head. Probably, I would not have been able to stand even 5 minutes to such torture if I hadn't opened my eyes in time. I was somewhere. It was impossible to tell precisely where. My mind was clouded in mist. My thoughts were confused. The moment between the unconscious and conscious states where you vividly remember your dreams. Sexy cat girl, wow, you are more endowed than I thought you'd be. I mean, you have bigger ones than a nurse. I was going somewhere on the bus and was about to doze off when suddenly a girl came up to me and began to speak quietly. Thank you for the sugar. Anyways, I couldn't understand a word, but the girl looked very upset. I failed to understand what she needed from me. Vitamin P. Anyways, time passed, and she kept talking on and on. It was getting really annoying. I wanted to ask her to cut it out, or at least calm down a bit, but I failed. Either because I didn't manage to say anything, or because my words couldn't reach her. I couldn't even see her face. Excuse me. I was simply listening and staring. Perhaps it wasn't important for me then. Surely, you would not try to remember what a mosquito disturbing you in your sleep would look like. Surely, you wouldn't manage to recall the frequency of a flapping wings of an inclination after blah 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 blah. Excuse me, can't read. And this girl is just one of millions of voices that disturbed you from concentration, from thinking, from falling asleep. But she's damn sexy. The harder my pain it got for me to catch her words. The bus cabin, the seats worn by time, the uneven floor, the rusty ceiling, the cracked glass of the widescreen, everything was floating away. along with her. And then I felt unique sense of relief. It didn't matter how real the bus and the girl had been. It was nothing but a bug to me. And here I am, hanging in total emptiness and falling inside a dream. Wow, dreams can really be something. Not quite a nightmare yet, definitely not something pleasant. I got up, rubbed my face to get back to reality, gave a loud yawn, and prepared to clean myself. It was really a gray morning. Unable to fit my hygiene kit into the nightstand, I concluded that I couldn't manage without it. It was hard to get dressed. My hands were trembling like hell. I looked at my reflection in the mirror, checked out my 2-week stubble. Well, perhaps Olga had a razor. It was only when I went outside that I suddenly understood that I was not in a pioneer camp. I'm back in my apartment! I had just come out of my room into a passageway, not out of the cabin. I was overwhelmed with surprise, with dismay, with fear, with even terror. But how? I sat down on the bed, buried my face in my hands, trying to remember the chain of events yesterday. Yeah, the bus, the last day of the term. Yeah, I fell asleep and woke up back home. Well, to some degree, it might even seem quite logical. It seemed that the initial astonishment has worn off during the first few seconds. After all, and the fact that I came back this after a week-long absence is no stranger than my sudden appearance at some pioneer camp of the 80s. It was the 80s in the first place. The events of the last 2 days flashed before my eyes in an instant. The mysterious pioneer, his words. But how did I manage to get back to reality then? According to him, I was going to be stuck there forever, as there's no exit. On the other hand, I wasn't alone. The pioneer at the bus stop and the mysterious voice empathize the contrary, that there might be an exit after all. Does that mean I found it? I managed to get out of the endless loop? But how? Nevertheless, I wasn't sure whether I should rejoice or grieve. Over the last week, I kind of got used to that everlasting inner monologue, the search for answers, and the in-depth analysis of everything. So simple. So I simply couldn't accept the fact that it was without figuring out what exactly happened to me. Sure, he told me that I'm the only one who was observed the existence of the other guy like me during that first loop, but that doesn't mean anything. Anyways, all his theories and ideas instantly collapse like a house of cards. Now I have to decide how to react. Of course, I should rejoice. After all, I'm back to the real world. We have technology. We have the internet, and the internet has porn. I could finally take. Oh, by the way, what's that picture there? Just notice that there, as well as that there. That's a TV. Why do you have a? I guess you watch TV there. Excuse me. There's a nice picture there. Yeah, actually, why do you have a rug on the wall? Is that Seattle there? Anyways, back to the real world. Maybe the last 7 days were just a dream. Just a dream. Just a dream. Indeed, there's absolutely no evidence that I was really there. I don't see my pioneer uniform anywhere. I look my age, just like I did before. My phone is on the table, fully charged. That's the mouse. That's Pocky. It's somewhere there, trust me. Fully charged. But one can't deceive one's own memory. One can't live through such a terrific, real experience in a dream. I still remember the events of the whole week in great detail. Perhaps I was in a coma? Ironic laugh escaped my lips. No, that's not an option either. Then all's well that ends well? At least few hours into camp flashed through my mind. Indeed, I was hoping to get out, either from the camp or from that reality, and I was pretty much ready to another week, and another one. I'd accepted my role. I was ready to accept my destiny. And what I was supposed to do after all that stuff had happened? I had a doomed sigh. Got up from my bed and considerable effort and went to my computer. That's weird, but according to it, only 14 hours have passed since my disappearance from this world. Not a whole week. So that was 2 hours per each day. A new message on the instant messenger. Hey, Simon. Yesterday it was legendary. See you later. Smiley face. My college friend. It was him who invited me to that party with the rest of his colleagues. College friends. Excuse me, I can read. That I was going to attend. Suddenly, all my senses came back to me. The headache, the dizziness, all my symptoms was a hangover. It looked like I indeed attended the party yesterday, and I party hard. So there was no pioneer camp, but then where did all these memories, emotions, feelings come from? I was hit hard with feelings. All of this was so incomprehensible, that I became enraged. My skin turned green and I started to smash. I began cursing foully, trying to tear my hair out, but I had no hair because I'm balding, damn it, and hammering on the keyboard with my fist. I didn't return to a normal state until there were no keys left on it. Why should I care so much? No one worries when a dream or hallucination ends. Moreover, people are usually glad when it happens. Was I really that prepared to stay there, and that my return to reality became so undesirable for me? And then a simple and obvious thought crossed my mind. Perhaps, maybe I'm just going insane. Indeed, madmen frequently have visions which they perceive as reality. Besides, I had all the symptoms of insanity. I never left four walls of my prison. I never socialized. I have lots of psychological problems. Well, then, that explains a lot. My dark, nervous laughter echoed in the room. Guess the right time for me to visit a therapist, or rather a psychologist. Or should I just surrender myself to an asylum? Simon, a horse. A horse! Half my kingdom for a horse! I cried at the top of my lungs between bouts of manic laughter. Dispute not with her, she is a lunatic! Ha ha ha! The racket my neighbors made on the wall was calmed me down somehow. If I'm tripping that bad, it looks like only a lobotomy could help me. Ellipses got the scalpel out. I just sat completely freaked out for several hours, doing nothing, thinking nothing, just staring at my monitor long since gone into sleep mode, excuse me. Finally, I moved the mouse and opened a few tabs in the browser. So, what's new? F5, F5. Let's see, Trump is apparently running for president. When did that happen? Did I come back to the right world? How is he running for president? As if the events of the past week had never happened. Come on, do you have to grieve for a hallucination? Was it real? Sure. Lots of memories. Sure. Looks true enough, but all means yes. Any proof? No. Did that sentence make sense? Did I accidentally scroll the mouse wheel? Yes. The verdict is clear. As in my future course, I have long suspected that my current lifestyle wasn't doing me any good. I was ready for such an unusual event, but so what? I have been more prepared for my next trip. Ellipses packed my bags. Night. An endless stream of threads of images took my mind, my lamentations and considerations. An instant message window popped up most unexpectedly. Hi, how are you doing? Sure, quite an original way to start a conversation. Doing fine. The contact profile was completely empty. Not even a nickname, just a 9-digit number. You can't guess what kind of person is on the other end just by looking at a number, can you? Unless it starts with 666. Sure, someday it'll be all different. Unrefined digital identifiers insisting on names, couples of symbols, or for a biography, several bytes of personality and 3.5 bytes of feeling. Excuse me. Got home safe? Probably someone from yesterday's party. Seems like it. Don't remember how, but I did. You remember everything I told you yesterday, right? Well, I guess not. There was yet another message after a long pause. I see. Honestly, I don't give a damn who this is and why he is messaging me until this unidentified individual starts harassing me. I could easily tolerate his presence in my contact list. Well, that's okay. We'll meet again. We surely will. Sure, looking forward to it. All right, bye. I didn't reply. This is odd. This odd, screwed up day at least was slowly coming to an end. Going to bed, I yet again recalled in my head the events that seemed so real for me. Where am I going to wake up tomorrow? Would these hallucinations return? Nah, I'll probably just forget everything. Strange. But now I'm really feeling that everything happening now is real. There was just fiction. That's a weird sentence structure, but it makes sense in this game. A game of deformed imagination, or really something fascinating. And here is reality. Something inconvenient. Sometimes it unfolds differently from how you wish. Surprises you like this, but it's still reality. I fell asleep with these thoughts. The main thoughts is that I can't read fucking English. Ellipses agreed and laughed at my lack of skills. Hey, I had to take English 101 twice in college, so forgive me. Bit by bit, my life resumed its normal course, and I started to forget the events of that week. After all, nothing bad happened. Even if it was indeed real, who cares? There was only 7 days in the pioneer camp. I wasn't killed. No one kidnapped me, to conduct experiments. I wasn't brainwashed, so why do I care now about the reason? And if it indeed was a hallucination, I can only hope that it won't repeat itself. Cue my third playthrough. That's good. I was still a shut-in. My computer and the internet was my only friend. God, this is becoming depressing. Too much like real life. And the keyboard was the only communication channel, except I destroyed it last time for me to communicate with the outside world. The F5 key became the main thing in my life again. Come to think of it, it really wasn't all that bad. Yet one day, a familiar combination of digits popped on my screen. That strange contact of mine had come online again. Hey, how are you doing? I guess I'm doing okay. Probably I knew him from somewhere, but who cares anyways. Any news? Not really. Stability is a sign of true class. One might say so. Oh, I see. The conversation went over me, but he didn't seem to feel like it that. So, nothing has changed. Nope, should it have? Well, it's not like you experience stuff like that on a day-to-day basis. Not everyone gets to experience it either. What are you talking about? Don't you get it? I was starting to. I prefer you to explain. Don't you remember the camp? I felt like an electric shock. All the events of that camp immediately sprang into my mind. My hands started to tremble. A cold sweat burst onto my forehead. I turned around in horror, already imagining that I see aliens, ghosts, or the Grim Reaper. But there was no one in my room except me, and he was staring at me. As always, I ran to the coordinator, checked in the kitchen and in the bathroom. Still nobody. Corridor. Excuse me. At least I returned to the computer. The same message window was still flashing steadily, as if it was a perfectly ordinary message. Who are you? My hands were trembling so much I hardly hit the right keys. So shouldn't that say EHQ, Hiwayu? Because you accidentally, yeah. Oh, so you do remember it. My hallucination seemed to be continuing. Or did I never leave that camp in the first place? Or it's just a dream after all? Or I don't know what to say. I admitted sincerely. Anyways, I felt that this entity, that's the only definition I could think of it, didn't need any kind of internet to communicate with me. Well, you can just keep silent. Everything's perfectly clear. Ha 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 ha. The smile at the end of that line looked like the devil itself, stretching its deformed jaws to open and devour me. What is happening to me? I finally made my mind and asked the question. Nothing at all. You're just living your regular life. But the camp, was it real? And what do you think? I'm just not sure. If it seemed real to you, then yes, it was real. If not, then it wasn't. It's really just that simple. That's not simple at all. What will happen to me next? I whispered. How do you whisper in a text message? In WoW, you should type /W. What will happen to me now? Nothing to worry about. It seemed really hard. It seemed that he really heard me without the use of the. Oh, you just said that out loud. Okay, you didn't. Terror chained my whole body. I closed my eyes, curled myself into a ball. Why are you doing this to me? I started to lose it. Words were coming out of my mouth by themselves. Illogical, meaningless sets of words. Why? Why me? What for? What for? Leave me alone. I haven't done anything bad. I didn't try to go after Ulsa. Several minutes after I found the courage to open my eyes and take a look at the monitor. You are the reason for everything. I'm God. The message window flickered coldly. And what's next? Oh, you'll see soon enough. Everything started fading to black in my eyes. Noise filled my ears and I started to feel dizzy. I felt my very soul was escaping my physical shell. Excuse me. The events of the last few days became hazy, and if they didn't happen at all, to someone other than me. Then the memories of camp started to vanish, as if someone was using the eraser to thoroughly rub out words written on with a pencil. Moments later, I felt a sense of nothing, as though I was plunged into a state of cosmic bliss. If anyone saw me at this moment, they would notice that I was smiling. Ellipses being that person. I'm kind of stuck here. I hit the report spam button, closed the window, switched the browser, and glared at the clock. Time to get going. I'm going to be late. Ellipses agreed. So let me guess. I'm going back on the bus and... forever. Damn you! Even the game has to point it out. Screw you, I'm drinking. No, I'm ending the video here. Screw you all. I don't care. No, every story has its beginning and its ends. Every story has its own outline, synopsis, contents, key points, a prologue, and an epilogue. And there is no book which, if you read it again, would not reveal new details you didn't notice before. Every story has its beginning and its ends. Almost every. Forever alone, you bastards! I don't care anymore! Where's my phone? Screw you, I'm installing Tinder. Hi, Sylvia. That didn't happen. Why didn't that happen? I thought I was going for Sylvia. That didn't happen. Why didn't that happen? Hi, Lena. You're sexy and cute and shy. No. 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 Hi. I'm sorry I made you cry. That didn't happen either. A lot of stuff didn't happen to me. Hi, Muku. I don't know if I have to get a good ending first before that happens or not. Again, Zoe's not here. Neither is Olga. I noticed that during the last playthrough of the intro, is that those two aren't there either. So is Olga not an option? Oh, that's disappointing. Just like my life. No. Screw you. All right. Be professional. Stop being a drunk yelling in at, was it 1 o'clock at night? Yeah, 1:30 at night. My neighbors, if they can hear me, are calling the cops. Forever alone. Oh, God, they nailed it on the head. There you go. So, Epic Phil and Forever Alone. So, that was actually a good ending? How the fuck is Forever Alone a good ending? You bastards! Anyway, so yeah. So, there you go. That choice right there at the very end that I repeated was both the good and the bad ending. So, apparently I got a good ending. Who knew? Who knew? So there's the Alice bad ending. So that means, so good's on top. So this is Alice good, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Hold on. Good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good. So there's an extra ending. And again, how many girls were there? There was Sylvia, Alice, Lena, Ulsa, and Miku. There's 5 girls. And there's 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on. So hold on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 to Alice. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10. So there's the 5 girls, good and bad endings. And then there's 1 ending after that. So that makes me think, and again, it's been kind of hinted at, that I need to kind of do all good endings or all endings, then I can do the final true ending. That's interesting. So again, are those the only 5 girls that are my options? And I'm disappointed that Ulsa is one of them. But that's personal choice, I guess. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. So, there you go. Apparently I got 2 endings in one because I went back and tried that again. I don't think we really got any new images this time. Oh, we got this one of the... I kind of looks like the cat girl, but she's a bit mature than the other pictures I've seen of her. Line up. Did we get that at Zoe last time? Hi, Miku. Nice striped underwear. That was Lena last time. Was that this time? I see. Forever Alone. There you go. Forever fucking alone. Anyways. Sorry. Still depressed about my own personal life choices. Again, that's what happens when you meet him by yourself. Miku singing a beautiful song. And Sexy Nurse. That's one's new. That one's new also. And that one's new. I think that's it for the new ones. Then the last 2 pages are, I think, the sexy images. Again, we'll see that again. Love the stocking. Anyways. So, I'm pretty sure if I go back and replay Alice's ending, we'll actually get the some of these images will free up. So I'll probably do that off screen just to fill up this screen here of the Alice's bad ending that we got last time. So I could fill up this screen with all the pictures, because I am one of those guys that like to fill up all the things. So sprites, I don't know if I did this last time. What's supposed to be here? Does anyone know? How do I get sprites? Do I only get them when I do good endings? Oh well. Anyways, this has been long enough of an ending video because I had to go back and redo it again. Get the good ending for me. So, there you go. Epic fail. And what did they call the other one? Forever Alone. How could I forget that? Because that's my current fucking status. End the game. End the game. It's depressing. Oops, I changed the brightness. Anyways, so again, this is where I say comment down below. Let me know if you want me to try again for the 3rd time, because I'm interested, because this game again changes, it seems like, with each playthrough you do. I don't know if I go back and make all the choices I did the first time, do I still get the same ending, or simply the act of completing 2 games changes the game itself, kind of thing. Because I noticed, is it just me? I haven't looked at the footage. The sugar part, when I get all the ingredients for the cake, and what I think is the cat girl comes by while I'm sleeping, that seemed to be longer than last time. I mean, does that keep getting longer and longer until we actually see said cat girl? So, don't know. That might be the last ending, as we get mysterious cat girl. I was going to use another word that's inappropriate, but I think I should end the video and go back to sleep by myself in a home by myself, forever alone. God, this makes me depressed. F5, my only friend. I don't use F5. Does anyone actually use F5, or does everyone like me just click the refresh button? Anyway, I'm going to look at porn and going to cry myself asleep. So, anyways, again, back to the actual question. Comment down below if you want me to continue this. Let me know. Any suggestions on what you want to see me play in the future or not, or even say download custom maps and stuff on this, custom games on this one, because there's a community of surrounding this game. It is quite popular. So again, it is a great game because of that. I think it actually does change as you play it. I don't know. I haven't looked into it because I like going to these things blind, so you get the honest, my honest reaction to everything. So, oh well. Again, end the video. So, as always, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time, when I'll still be single and by myself. Damn it, I just wanted to